Hey everyone, this is Wilson from P3X Performance. Why don't I give you a little insight on how we do diagnosis on the cars? There's a lot of parts out there for Teslas. A lot of you are bringing in parts, which is fine. There's just certain parts that we will not install, and the primary reason is that we just don't believe the products are good products. We feel from experience it's going to give issues, and even though we have you sign disclaimers when you bring parts that we're not responsible for the parts, how they work and reliability and warranty. But when you hear noise when you're driving down the road, you're still going to call us because we're the last one that touched the car. You're going to come in and we're going to have to diagnose what's going on with the car. And so that diagnosis process is very labor and money intensive to do. So this particular Model Y came in with a bunch of front end suspension noise. So our diagnosis process is when there's suspension noise on the car, I go and I test drive the car and I have to replicate the sound. If if the criteria is is only on a hill when it's 34 degrees, it's really hard for me to replicate. So we really want a lot of information on how I can replicate this repeatedly. The reasons for that is I need to replicate it so I can feel it, hear it, so I can get a gist of what's going on. And post fix, I can validate that what I did actually solved the issue. So I have to bring the car in after the test drive. The car goes on a lift, possible the wheels comes off, and I have to visually inspect everything to see if there's anything that's jumping out at me that's bad. If not, then I have to start replacing parts, taking parts off, and putting other parts in its place to narrow down what's going on with it. So this particular Model Y had a lot of noise issues. So we brought it in. I took it for a drive, verified the noise, put it up on the lift, and I saw that there's all these aftermarket spherical bearings that were pressed into the lateral link. So I had a hunch that that was it. So that means these aftermarket lateral links come off the car. And so now the question is, okay, what do I put in its place? Do I put in another used set? Do I put in a brand new set? Do I, there's a lot of options. So I put in a set of OE links on the car, bolt it all down, torque down, wheels go back on, car comes on the ground, wheel gets torqued, and I go for a test drive. Um, Luckily for me, that did solve the issue, but let's say that did not solve the issue and the noise is still there. Well, the car has to come back in, goes on the lift, wheels come off. Now I got to take the arms I just put in off the car and put the original arms on and move on to the next suspension piece that I feel is wrong. So you'll see that adds hours and hours onto the diagnosis process. So that's the primary reason we don't offer installation on a lot of products. We've had a lot of experience. We've installed a lot of products across a lot of different brands. We sell, there's no reason for us not to sell products here to offer everybody. And so, but we do make sure we do our homework before offering sales and installation on these products. So this particular spherical bearing on this arm, you'll see this arm is a complete separate car we're doing. It's a Model 3 with roughly 57,000 miles. We did the Mountain Pass Performance bearing. The reason why I always use Mountain Pass Performance to benchmark these products is we feel like they make great products. They're very durable, reliable, and they fit really well and work really well. So that's the reason we always use it as a benchmark. You'll see the spherical bearing that's pressed into this OE lateral link. This spherical bearing is completely tight. I cannot move this spherical bearing. That's the way it should be for a solid steering feel and reliability. This set of spherical bearings you'll see is completely loose. I can easily move this with my hand. This one actually has a play in it, like you can hear it. It's just completely loose. You can hear the click in it. And also there's spherical bearing that's pressed into the shock bottom bolt, and you'll see this is also completely loose. I can move it with my hand. So this arm has completely failed in basically every joint. And so, you know, we don't offer installation on things like this. Most of the brands that make spherical bearings for this lateral link all end up this way. They fail, they don't perform well. And so this is why we always and only will install Mountain Pass Performance bearings for this particular application. So just wanted to give you insights on our diagnosis process, why we offer installation and sales and on products and why we don't. So when you're choosing the products for your car, make sure you get it from good sources. I know the TMC, all the Tesla forums are a great reference, but just know that you typically, usually on those forums, it's one individual that has one Tesla that has put this one product on his car. And so, you know, it's a little bit skewed because of just um, what information they have and what they're comparing it to. So I would recommend talking to a shop that specializes in Teslas, that does a lot of Teslas, that have that's done installation and sales across a lot of brands, so that they can give you a reference point on what you're looking for, what works best in your application, and so you get the best results. At the end of the day, the main point for us to have a good result for you, that you'll be happy with the product and the service that is provided for you and your vehicle. So hope this helps.